What's up, Taurus? All right, so, okay, it's alright. So, Taurus, how are you? I hope you're doing great. Welcome to the Alchemist Tarot. So, I'm going to grab a card. I'm going to say a prayer and we're going to get started. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, guardian angels. Thank you for your love, guidance, and protection. Please send love, guidance, and protection over these messages. What messages do you have for Taurus at this time? Taurus, it's been a week, man. I'm getting that y'all get into that paper. Taurus, get into that paper. Fork in the road in reverse and orphaned. So you had a decision to make on what path. This is like Two of Wands vibes. Which path you're going to take. You decided to take a path. You went on a path on your own. I feel sad. I feel somber when I see it. Time for a nap. Yeah, when I see this is basically giving me Taurus getting to that paper right now. They don't got time to be sleeping. They don't got time to be resting. They're on their own, okay? So they're going to make it happen. You guys are making it happen. You're going to make it happen. You're trying to make it happen. Let's see what this fork in the road was about. I did see the Six of Cups pop up about the past, in reference to the past. So, ooh, the breeze. All right, what's this fork in the road about? You cut something off. Queen of Swords. You cut something off. What? The Hangman. Somebody was taking their time on making a decision and you just made the decision for them and said, you know what? Okay. There's the Nine of Wands here, which talks about the wounded warrior. Okay. What else with this? Because it's either between you and a person who's very defensive. Let me sit in it real quick. So, there goes the Two of Wands right there. How funny. One path is a path that's not going to manifest anything for you. The other path is the transformation. Even though it's the Death card, it's the transformation. You were facing a manifestation that wasn't working out properly. Okay? So I'm going to take a good... I feel like this is you. This is you. This is what you were waiting on. That was never going to happen, never going to manifest. Because of the way this person's looking. Look at their face. Look at the state of which they're in. Okay? They do not look open. They do not look like they're ready. They do not look like they are willing and wanting. They're just sitting there. They're sitting there, very defensive. I mean, this is how it looks. Look at it. The Queen of Swords is looking at this dude, cutting them the fuck off. This person's really defensive about the fact that this person's about to get cut the fuck off. Excuse my language. Sorry. I'm getting frustrated because it's also making me feel like somebody had you waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and they're like surprised. You know that lady, surprise, surprise, like that. Surprise, surprise. Yo, when you cut this person off, you hit him with the surprise, 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 surprise. Because they didn't see it. They probably didn't see it coming. They just assumed that you were going to wait. Well, you said, listen, I don't need you. I'm going to do it myself. Orphaned. That means no sleep. No time to sleep. But anyway, I feel like you were looking at this path that wasn't getting you anywhere. And then you were done with it. And then you decided to go this way, different direction. And now you're never going to look back on this path. Now you're transforming. You ended it. You're moving forward in a different direction, which is this fork in the road in reverse. This is the decision you made. This is the path you chose. You chose to cut somebody off. You don't care that how they feel about it. You did what you did. You said what you said. Because you knew that this person wasn't going to help manifest this with you. On whatever journey you were going to go with them, but they're not coming with you. They're not coming with you, okay? So now you're no longer confused about this opportunity of which you're... Yo, my phone is like the plug, okay? I don't do all that. I'm just saying, like, the way it rings, it's like... I gotta turn it off or something while I'm doing this. Anyway... So that's what this decision was about. This new opportunity that you're no longer confused, that you're going to be going on your own about. Okay, what's this Orphans card? And it makes you sad because, like, you didn't, I don't know if you really wanted to be on your own, because it doesn't look like it was something you wanted to do. It's not a good time for you at this time. This was not something you anticipated. This is not something you wanted to do, but you felt like you had to do it because, you know, you're disappointed. You felt, so you felt disappointed. You're upset about this transition you had to make. It's one of those situations where I didn't want to do something, but I had to do it because if I didn't do it, then I would have been screwed. That's how I feel. Look at imbalance. There was an imbalance in the giving and receiving, okay? That's why you had to go off on your own, because in the past, you just were unsatisfied and you were planning on walking away because you didn't, it took a lot for you to because you weren't seeing how this person that you're dealing with, or because this could be a lover, okay? This person that you were dealing with was just putting you in the hangman position. The hangman position is literally like in limbo. Think of like between heaven and hell, that the purgatory. It's not, you're not moving forward. It's like a very stuck anchor energy, okay? And if you want to transform your life and go somewhere and move, you can't be stagnant in this like, it's giving cobweb vibes, okay? You don't want to be sitting waiting on somebody with cobwebs all over you, okay? That's what this person kind of did with you. So you were like, I'm not going to say you were forced to do this on your own, but it was like, what other choice you had? You're working with someone that's not going to be the magician upright. They're not going to manifest the goals that you had for you and this person. Okay. Yeah, you weren't because of the past. You weren't satisfied about how things were going, so you chose to walk away, and it's because you just didn't see, you didn't see it till now, kind of thing, like, or recognize it, like, yo, I waited long enough. I put in the work. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so now you're on your own doing this thing called life, and I feel like it is putting a level of pressure on you that makes you feel like you got to get shit done. All right, you got no time for sleep. You got no time to take a rest. You could be exhausted at this time because of what you've had to do on your own. The life you've chose to live on your own. You're making it very clear of what you're not going to put up with. You're going to be able to recognize when people say one thing, do another, okay? This is given, I'm not sleeping on nobody. I'm not sleeping on nobody's lies. I'm not sleeping on nobody's bull crap. I'm not sleeping on nobody's lack of communication. I'm not sleeping on none of that. Like, it's like as if like you were letting it rock with someone, how they were communicating and knowing that they were lying, or knowing that they weren't telling the full truth, or knowing that they weren't clear with you about their intentions and where they intended to take it with you, whether it be via collaborative effort work project or a partner. They just never made it clear for you. So now this is great. This right here this is what gets you to the next level. Being that consciously aware about the people surrounding you and your intuitions and your guides and guardian angels that assist you with dealing with people, okay? And knowing when this is a person you deal with and this is not a person you deal with, and knowing when to cut people off when it's time to go. You're not sleeping on nobody's lies. If you pick up, it's almost like this situation taught your intuition to be able to identify very quickly when someone's full of crap and knowing when to cut your losses. You're not gonna stick around waiting for 2 years on a person that doesn't have any intentions to commit with you. You're not gonna stick around. You know what I'm saying? It's that vibe. 1 second. Sorry about that. Yeah, you're gonna know when to not invest in people that lie. And look at that, the tower. The tower is here with the Emperor and the 4 wands in reverse. This is who you were dealing with. Judgment. That's who you decided to let go. This could be a Aries, Leo, Sag, or this is just somebody that has high authority, because they're the all 4 kings in one. So this isn't somebody that's like, you know, this was cutting your losses on definitely a union with someone particularly that you were in a relationship with. You let the union go. The tower struck on this union, okay? And it was because this person was full of shit. And you knew they weren't investing in you. You knew that they weren't moving forward with you in the direction that you wanted to go. So you cut your losses. This is literally like, also I'm seeing like, this is the sword you used to cut this person out. Like, you told them everything that they did to you. You told them everything that as to why you're letting it go, and you let them have it too. Because it was like, this is a person that put you in a position to wait for mad long. I'm talking like, it's kind of, but you got to be accountable too. You got to be accountable too, because if you allowed it for this long, you got to be accountable for where your efforts were put in the wrong place. Because if you think about it and you look back on it and you're like, yo, this did not have to go on this long. I could have cut this out at the 1st month mark. You know what I mean? When I started to see that this person wasn't being clear with me. You know what I'm saying? Some of you were in a relationship with someone for like 6 months to a year and they never gave you commitment. They still never gave you like a solid commitment. They just gave you the runaround so that you wouldn't communicate, you wouldn't ask questions. You would just do whatever you guys would do, but talk later. Like let's have fun now, talk later type of attitude. Yeah, this person sincerely wasted your time. But the problem is we can't look at it as a waste of time, because all people, if you look at the world like it's just this big world of learning, okay? All right, I got with this person and I learned a bunch of things from this person within the short time period or within the year span that we've been together. And although that it didn't work out, at least I learned for going forward what I do want and at least I learned what I don't want and what I do want. At least I learned about what I'm not going to allow and what I will allow going forward. So then you know when you start fresh that like, oh, I've been through that. Boop, I've been through that. All the roadblocks and stuff. So I'm sorry if you've been through that. Let me grab the in reference to this. Reference to the situation. Unrequited love. You see that? There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going and flirt, but it was in reverse. You're done with this person because you know that this person did not feel about you the same way you felt about them. This person was not willing to commit to you the way you wanted to commit to them. Simple. Point blank, period. And now you understand what unrequited love looks like, and you stop the cycle that even if you have to be alone, okay, and even if you have to work harder, and even if you have to be single for a little while, you're willing to do that in order to get the respect that you want, the love that you want, what you deserve. Okay, a lot of people that have codependencies go from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship. Okay, and we all been there where we had to learn our own thing, even me. You know what I mean? But you got to come to a point where you're like, yo, I need to love myself more, because the reason I'm attracting these people is because of the lack of self-love I had. Because if I loved myself, I wouldn't have even allowed this person in my space, wouldn't have even allowed this person to do ABC for X amount of time. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I love how I get Taurus being super, like, they're sad that they're alone, but they're accepting of it. They're sad that it didn't work out, but they're not like, oh, let me go find somebody else real quick. I don't get that from Taurus right now. I get that Taurus learned their lesson, and they're very solid in themselves, and congratulations to you for that, because it takes a lot for. There's a lot of people who are super codependent when they leave relationships. Like, they just have to have a relationship. They just have to not be alone. They just have to, like, it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Because it's not, like, it seems like for some people it's too hard for them to just be alone and to sit in their own shit and to really, like, work it out. Like, work out the kinks, work out their problems, go to therapy. Okay, I highly recommend therapy. I've been to therapy for different things, because I went through a lot of things in life. Like, I think I went through. There's always somebody that's got it worse, so that's why I'm always grateful. But I know that my structural damage with my emotional state and how I had to heal that emotional state. And continue to heal my emotional state, I've come very far through therapy. All right, so, like, no, don't be too proud to ask somebody for help, okay? Especially after a breakup. And then what they do help you with is, you know, they guide you to how to deal with it, to coping mechanisms. Maintaining accountability for your actions, what you're choosing to do with yourself and your body. Like, it's this conscious awareness of you're like an ant, okay, on this big planet, okay, and you get to choose who you want to be around, what kind of relationship you want. It's free game. It's complete free game. But one of the things therapy teaches you is that the problem with all this freedom to do what you want is that if you skew too far to, like, I'm gonna be free, I'm gonna just party all the time, and you're gonna be screwed. If you're too, like, against even having any, like, going outside at all, now you're depressed, you got seasonal depression, a bitch is hungry, they lost 30 pounds, you know what I'm saying? So there's, like, it teaches you not to skew too far to the left or right with things, okay? And how to develop healthier coping mechanisms. If I didn't have those coping mechanisms, I'm pretty sure I would have either thought that the right option would be to get in a new relationship just to, like, spite the person, right? Because I think we all been there. I don't know my phone. You guys heard my thing's been ringing off the hook. Hold on, let me just check. It's been on there enough. Okay. Sorry, that was work. Oh, I know this kid. Anyway, sorry about that. Just wanted to verify. Okay, sorry. We're done with that. Anyway, as I was saying, therapy, okay? Let's do the Raise Your Vibration Oracle deck and see what cards we get with that. Clear your karma. Wow. So this could have been a situation that you put somebody else in at one point. You could have held up. Okay, so I want to explain karma real quick, okay? Karma is let me actually, you know what? We're going to look up the definition of karma because that'll break it so I can break it down further. So we're getting real clear about this. Karma. In Hinduism and Buddhism, the sum of a person's actions in this and previous states of existence, viewed as deciding their fate in future existences, or destiny or fate, following as effect from cause. So, clearing your karma is basically, there's a situation, right? Part of the lessons in life is that whatever situation you're in or get into, you clear your karma by being able to be put in the same position that the other person that. So this is just an example. Say cheating, right? You were cheated on, okay, and the person that cheated on you, okay. So clearing your karma is where you get put in the cheater position, and the person that you're with is the person you were in that position. That's just an example of karma. And this is in every, so it's so that we all have a 360-degree understanding of every lesson that we go through to be able to get to the next point. So karma is like that standard of justice that balances everything out. Like karma is part of our existence. Karma is what makes things fair. Okay, so there is a cause and effect. There is consequences to certain actions. Okay, but the main one key factor I realize with karma is consciousness. The conscious awareness of understanding each position of a situation so that it's very clear as to why the situation happened, how it occurred, how to prevent it going forward, how it affected everybody involved and how they felt, how it made you feel when you were in this position and how it made you feel in this position, and then everybody involved in all the situation has a full scope understanding. And now they're able to transition forward because of that full level understanding that they've received. They don't have to go through it again. Or some people do. You know what I mean? It's just if you're not aware. You know what I mean? So this situation looks like this could have been a situation you actually put someone in before. And if you didn't put somebody through this before, where you had them waiting when you didn't want to commit to them, and you weren't sure, and you had them waste their time for several months to be hoping for a relationship, okay? If you didn't do that to somebody, then this is a forewarning of like, yeah, you just went through this, but don't be surprised if in the future you're going to end up being in that person's position, so you can understand, like, just as much as you demonize people for the things that they do, okay, be consciously aware that you're going to be put in the same position that the person that you demonize, so then you end up kind of like, I'm not saying you're going to eat your words, but it does humble people to understand, like, oh, well, maybe this person wasn't as screwed up. I mean, some of them are. Some of them do have full intentions and know what they're doing by not knowing they had no intention to be with you in that way. But then you have people who thought about it but just had all these different factors as to why. And until you get put in that position, you won't have that understanding until you're put in that position. So then you can actually look back and be like, oh, and like in retrospect, like, oh, maybe that's what it was, instead of demonizing the person. Okay. Let your inner fire warm you but not burn you. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about with like being mindful about people you demonize. I try to do that daily, but I'm human. I definitely have my moments of where I don't care. Like if you get, it takes a lot to take me off. It really does. Like you really have to ask for it, because yeah, like, but I never try to overdo it. You know what I mean? So be mindful about. Because I remember and recall in the reading you kind of going off on somebody and really letting them have it. I just hope that it's not to say that you're going to be in regret, but it does play a part. There's like a key factor in it about maintaining it's not what you say, it's how you say it energy. And then there's also being humble, maintaining your being humble, and not turning this into an egotistical battle with people. You know what I mean? Because then you get played out of your position real quick when you let your ego lead. All right, so what's this? A lot of the stuff I talk about, I learned from Queen Cup. Her name's Dee from Queen Cup Tarot. Like, a lot of the stuff I learned from her. I watched her for years, and like, she breaks it down, and I love it. And like, I like to reiterate the same things I've learned, because to me, I personally feel like these are the laws of the universe. If you are into like the yin yang. You know, she was breaking down about the yin yang, how the yin yang reflects life, like literally the balance, the duality. There are 7 hermetic principles. That's a great book to pick up to learn and understand certain laws of the universe. Okay, and one of the things that was that she was talking about with the yin yang is the duality, and how they're the same in the different spectrums, but damn, how did she say it? Same degree, different spectrums, but of the same degree. Something like where even though they're different, they're still the same. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, I got caught off guard a little bit. Look at this. It says, every illness holds a lesson for me to learn. My mind is a powerful healing tool. And you know, I feel like the problem with this situation is that this did take a lot of willpower for you to cut the person off. Oh wow, I can never get even. Revenge does not work, because what I give out comes back to me. The buck has to stop somewhere. Exactly. This is a perfect example that talks about, you know, instead of perpetuating the same narrative, perpetuating revenge on people because they didn't do what we wanted them to do. Look at this. I release all old hurts and forgive everyone, including myself. That is so strong. You know what I'm saying? 1 second. All right, sorry about that. But yeah, this is your strength right here, about how even though somebody wasted your time, even though somebody didn't have the right intentions for you, even though somebody led you on, or you feel, you know what I mean, you take the power back by just saying, you know what, this person's broken, this person's confused, this person doesn't understand. And then you learn that you can't love people at the expense of you, because of how it affects you and what you would have to sacrifice because of dealing with people that aren't conscious aware about what they're doing. So this is where also, as we go on the self-love journey, how we end up with the partners we're with is that there's a part of them that's a reflection of us. That's how we attracted them in the first place. So try to find yourself, like these negative traits that you have. Okay, excuse me. These negative, so for example, the partner that wasted your time, right? Try to see where you guys connect, because believe it or not, even though you feel like this person wasted your time, there's something that was similar that attracted you to this unavailable person in the first place. So if this person was emotionally unavailable, there's some part of you that's emotionally unavailable, because at some point in time, it was okay. It changed over time. So something changed. So when you originally manifested this person, you were probably in a place where you weren't emotionally available, or you were okay with the friends with benefits thing, or you were okay with just like, because a lot of these situations are because people agree in the beginning, like, oh, we're just going to be this or just going to be that, and then it turns into more, and then that's when the expectations are had. But point being is, you've had to really use your head. And as far as the Queen of Swords, the sword suit talks about using logic, strategy, thoughts, okay? And the fact that this is talking about the mind is how you've allowed your mind to be more, you reached a new level of conscious awareness in your mind. And each level that you get, you start learning more about yourself. It's like you unlock another part of the self-love that you were missing and gained it back from these type of situations, because it also, this person is a reflection of you in some sort of way, some shape or form. So if you can see the damage in other people, if you're aware of it, you can end up learning how to heal yourself, because you end up being like, oh, this person's not available. I really was attracted or whatever, trying to get with this person, but this isn't working out. But there's something about them that I attracted them to me. So being that I can see their emotional unavailability, their emotional IQ is low, they're not considerate, they don't think about how things would affect other people. I mean, there's some things, of course, you know, that's just not in your realm of how you would do things. But then there's also understanding the key factors that brought you all together in the first place. Where was your energy when you had this person around? When you first started it, how was your energy then? Was it desperate? Was it coming from a place of lack? I need. Was it letting people energetically dominate you and put in whatever their intentions over you because you allowed it? You know what I'm saying? So finding accountability in all your actions in all situations, that, and also being more conscious about the people you have around you, how they got to you in the first place, and where your energy was when they got to you, brings a lot of understanding over your choices for the future, your choices in the now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't mean to go on a rant, but it's just like getting even doesn't work. That's where I was talking about people going from relationship to relationship, because they'll come out of relationship, they'll get upset with whoever they're with, and then they'll get with somebody else out of spite. So it's not even, so see right there, here's a perfect example. I'm sorry, but just let me finish this. You and this person, so say for example, you and this person didn't work out, right? You're pissed because they led you on. You're pissed because da da da. So imagine if you decided, you said, you know what, I'm going to piss him off. I'm going to get him jealous. Okay. Do you see where your energy was at when you went and before you manifested the new person you're going to make him jealous with or her jealous with? Right there, that aspect where your energy was when you manifest a new person, that's what you have to pay attention to, because if that's where your energy was at, that's what you're going to get. Okay? So that means when you left this person, you were upset, and then you went and got with somebody else, for example, this new partner that you have is a reflection of your vengeance ways. Your intentions in the beginning was to get back at this other person, so there's really no foundation of authenticity as to why you're even with them. You're not even with them because of them. You're with them because of somebody, on behalf of somebody else pissing you off. Can you understand how that can affect how you manifest people in your life, and how it affects you? Like you're wondering why things aren't working, but it's like if you just were paying attention to how you even got there in the first place, or brought them in your life, or where you were at that time, how big of a difference, you know, certain choices wouldn't be made that way. Or, you know, this is why being conscious is very important. Manifesting is my superpower. And your mind is an altar to source energy. And as we've been talking about the mind and giving things to God and letting things be, and not taking matters into our own hands, but actually giving those burdens to God and let Him handle it, because like we talked about earlier, there's no better entity to handle things that are out our control or just what we don't want to deal with than God. Giving your burdens to God is the greatest thing you could do, because things end up working out in a way for you, I feel, once you give it to God and let Him handle it the way it needs to be handled, and then you no longer make it your burden to have to deal with on your own. You see what I'm saying? Let me get one more of these. Yeah. Come to the edge and round with peace in reverse. Yeah, you don't have any, look at chaos and conflict. You're coming to the realization that going in circles about the situation and how it makes you feel isn't getting you any peace or isn't getting you anywhere. What will bring you peace is you dealing with what occurred, how it happened, where you were. Like, sometimes taking a notepad, a notebook, and writing down like everything you feel helps. And then writing a letter to the person saying like everything you feel, and then just like letting it go. Like, you don't have to have closure with the person. You can have the closure on your own, because a lot of people seek closure from other people, and they don't need to do that. They just need to focus on what they feel and purging that out of them, out of their body, out of their energetic space, so they're not holding on to that resentment. Okay, but just knowing that you having closure over somebody for yourself is way better than expecting closure from a person that obviously didn't know how to treat you. So you'd be waiting forever for some people to say sorry or to tell you, so that's why you take the power in your hands by just finding closure within you. You find the closure. You don't need nobody for closure. That's one thing I also like heard and learned that really changed my life, is like, I don't need, because people do us dirty, and then we're like, why? Like, we want them to apologize, we want them to feel how they made us feel, all this stuff. But it's like, you're giving people too much power and too much energy. It's better to be clear that this ain't it, this ain't working out, I deserve better, and no, I don't need closure from you. I need to close it off myself. I need to write my feelings down. I need to burn the shit after if need be, and go forward towards what I do want, because I know what I don't want. I know what I'm not going to deal with. I know what I'm not going to, you know what I mean? And that's all I got, Taurus. I'll wrap it up with some advice on the cards. Any more advice here? And I'll do Archangel Michael. Five of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Knight of Cups, and the Three of Swords in reverse, the heartbreak. This is the heartbreak. You're coming out of this heartbreak, okay? Five of Pentacles is not being left out being left out in the cold, but it's in reverse. So basically, after this situation happened, you're not feeling left out in the cold about relationships. Or your advice here is to not feel left out in the cold over your viewpoint on relationships, and to basically get back out there and try again. Or, you know what I mean? Like, don't look at it like, oh, like, I'm never gonna find love again. I'm never gonna, you're gonna be hurt. You're gonna go through the process, but just know, like, Divine's telling you that, you get right back up on this horse and you try again. You find the person, you find that cup that's for you. See how this crow's flying onto this cup? Because this is this crow's cup, okay? It's on this horse, okay? So don't feel left out in the cold. Don't feel like you're never gonna find a relationship. Don't be on that type of time, okay? That's too dramatic. I don't know why I had to say that. Like, I know, and I don't mean to be harsh. I'm only saying because this card right here shows 3 birds. 2 of these birds are looking up to this bird. Okay? Having a union with God, your union being associated with God, okay, you both making a commitment and opening this key, like using this key to unlock the abundance of a relationship that's all that you ever wanted, all that you ever asked for. It's out there. Understand that it's out there. It's not that it doesn't exist. It just wasn't, this particular person just wasn't for you. and that's okay, because it's a step close forward to the person that you will have union with, that you will under like a consecrated union with God. Okay, you don't have to have a paper and get married. You could just simply both agree that, like, God first. You know what I'm saying, in your relationship, and that's what's gonna create that bond, not only with the divine to protect this union, but also guide you to having a relationship that encourages positive positive direction, and positive, like there's something to look forward to. You know what I mean? Because if you're having these unions that have there's no God in any of these unions you're getting with, that obviously that's the problem. If you're on my channel, you gotta be a spiritual, but you for you to come to my channel, there's some spiritual level in you that you know about with the divine. Okay, so you don't want to be with somebody that doesn't have that same level of commit or awareness that you have. Like, you don't want to be with someone that's not aware of God, because you came on my channel and you are looking for the person, but the partners you're choosing aren't reflecting God in any way, or like spirituality in any way. And that's probably one of the first issues to identify as to why your partners that you choose suck. Okay, because there's no divine guidance in them. They're not agreeing with, under the consecration union with God, to have this relationship and to grow it under God. You know what I mean? Under the pretenses that God's going to help us and guide us through things of life. Like, I know I don't mean to say that, like, oh, when you get with somebody, it's got to be about God. Like, that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying that there's intention, okay? When you include God into your relationships, so who you're getting with, there's intentions in your relationships, there's purpose. Okay, like, why you manifested this partner? Okay, because I want a family, I want a union, I want someone to build with, I want somebody that we can learn lessons together and get through them together. Okay, setting intentions as to why you even want a partner is exactly that's gonna bring you the guidance needed as to how to choose the right person. You know what I mean? After you come out of heartbreak, because you got to get over this last run. You know what I mean? I just think it's beautiful with the Five of Pentacles in reverse, because it's almost like divine's talking about not feeling left out in the cold. Your person's out there. Your person's waiting for you out there. You just got to go out there and get it, or find them, or manifest them. You once you choose to get back on this horse and try again, you're going to find your person. Because not only are you going to be more aware of where your energy is when you manifest people into your life, but you're also going to ask God to bring your partner to you, so that it's not a partner that don't have no consciousness, that's being in your space, and then you're wondering why it's not working, because you guys aren't aligned, and your vibration is different than the other person. Asking God to have you help find your partner, and then finding a partner that aligns with you is what aligns with God. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know what that was about. I just went on a rant talking about God. Well, because I feel like a lot of us are very this is my personal belief, okay, but I just feel like we don't give God our troubles or seek intentions into the people we bring around us, okay? I ask every day that God send me people in my life that want to support me, that want to love me, that I can love back, you know what I mean? That there's equal reciprocity in our relationships. I ask God to send me somebody that wants to build with me, that wants to do business with me, like we build businesses together, that wants to have a family with me. I ask God, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like being your own hype man to your own manifestations by, like, using God as the outlet to ask for these things from. Okay, don't just go out in the world and I'm just gonna find a partner. Okay, where's the intention at? Excuse me. Where's the intentions at? You're wondering why people with you don't know what they want, because you're not making your intentions clear. That's why it's coming unclear to you, because you never made your intentions clear. You just wanted somebody. Be more clear than that. more thorough. What kind of partner do you want? Do you want a partner that's going to be with you and you guys are on the same type of time spiritually, or are you just going to want anybody that's just that fits the bill? Like, no, we're not settling. That's what we're not going to do, okay? We don't settle on this channel. Listen, I've been single for 2 years. And you know what? I'm honestly grateful. I'm grateful. I've dated or whatever, and they didn't work out for me because I was more conscious aware about the types of people I wanted, what I wanted in a partner. If you didn't fit the bill, you don't fit the bill. Bye. It's nothing against nobody. It's just I identified that there's a trait in you that I will not be able to live with. So I in turn will take myself out the situation, or I just don't feel like we align in certain ways that I would like to align, because I'm not gonna go directionless anywhere. I'm not gonna let my man be directionless. Like, you gotta be a leader. You ain't gonna, if you can't lead, I don't want you. You know what I mean? If you can't lead, if you can't manifest, if you have no relationship with God, those things right there, those are requirements for me. You gotta have that. You gotta have that. Those are the basics. If you ain't even got that, I can't fuck with you. You can't come over here. You can't sit with me. You can't be with me. Archangel Michael, what do you have to say? Your home is protected by angels. That's beautiful. And prayer will help the situation. Ask Archangel Michael to help you with this situation. So, remember we were talking about seeking with intention when you're manifesting a partner? This is it right here. Praying to God, talking to having a good old talk with God and asking God, can you send me my partner, God? And then, like, why do you want a partner? What is it about having a partner? What do you need it for? What do you want it for? People don't, and I remember hearing that, like, people don't even know why they want a partner. They just don't want to be alone. That is the most, like, poverty-ridden reason to have a relationship, is to be alone. That means you're going to allow any type of person to come around just so you're not by yourself. That's lack. You know what I mean? That comes from a place of lack. That's not the place you want to manifest anything from. I just wanted to have it, just something. No, we'll sit here, we'll wait, we will struggle, we will figure it out, but we're gonna have faith, and we're gonna let God do his thing, and we're gonna let that pot boil. We're gonna let that let that chicken bake. All right, we're gonna let them cookies bake. Yeah, separation. Look, it said unrequited love, separation, and then engagement. That's what I'm saying about getting back on the horse and trying again. Now, you don't have to rush it. You know what I'm saying? Take the time to heal what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Because you went off on your own, and you're doing your own thing, and that's fine. Just know, have faith, and that's how you're going to manifest that person. Any other messages? Let's get some angel. I saw wedding at the bottom. One last message for Taurus. Go for it. Your prayers and positive expectations have been heard and answered. We've been working with you on this situation since its genesis, and we continue to watch over you and everyone involved. Stay on your present path, as it will take you very far indeed. Wow, I love that. So this path that you chose to go on your own, basically right now, this was a message from probably your own guides, your guardian angels, from universe, whatever the case is trying to say, like, stay on your path, as it'll take you very far. So getting very far with the self-love, with being on your own and loving yourself, is going to take you in places you never would have thought you would be, because you did not settle, and you said, you know what, that means I gotta take an L, I gotta work a little harder, I gotta wait a little longer, I'm not gonna be impulsive. Like, if you're making these sacrifices, then you can't be wrong. You can't go wrong. All right, Taurus, I'm gonna let you go now. I love you guys. See ya. Bye.